I think it's a time to showcase how everything works in detail. So Julius will showcase how the PIX4Dfields to generate the prescription file. He is making the prescription like the medical, prescribe the medicines.
Now we have here a laptop with PIX4Dfields installed. This is a desktop software, so it can be used on Windows or on Mac, and it can work fully offline, so it allows you to do actual edge processing. So for creating the maps and the prescription map and doing the analysis, you can do everything right in the field, and that's actually ideal for a drone service provider because he has to be underway in rural areas, and you can have times where you don't have any internet connection. So waiting a lot of time for data being processed on a cloud solution, that is actually not very viable in agriculture where, you want to fly, you want to apply, right? You don't really want to map, it's just a necessity. And that's why we built the software as an easy to use tool offline, which can get the job done in a few minutes. We have an example here, so that is a field from Australia, that is a cattle pasture. That farmer, he had a problem. So you can see those green things that are actually blackberry shrubs. They are very thorny and the cattle doesn't like to eat it, so you need to get rid of it or it will basically take over the whole pasture. So now spray drones are here and they can make the job much safer, much smoother and also more targeted. So as a first step, we took data from a mapping drone. It processed this data. This small field, it will take under a minute to get the georeferenced map. And then as a second step, right, you need to get the boundaries and the obstacles as a basis for your application. That is very similar between actual tractors and spray drones. They all need a boundary, but for spray drones specifically, the obstacles are also important. So you can see here, we already digitized the boundary and you can see those shaded areas that are actually no-fly zones, or you can also call it obstacle. And you will see later on the controller of the TopXGun drone, it will recognize those areas and plan its flight path around it, and that makes it super nice. And we call it actually pre-application mapping. We have a very complex field, you already know exactly where the boundaries and where the obstacles are, and you can be sure that you can have a very fast and efficient application. In this case, a blanket application actually would be a waste of resources because all those issues here, like those blackberry shrubs, they are very scattered, so actually you don't need to apply everywhere. And the benefit of a spray drone, because it's very close to the canopy, it can actually do target application, which an airplane cannot do. This we have a tool which can identify those areas, and this tool is also built very pragmatically, so the user can just click the areas and it will identify everything the user needs. If you have all this, the boundaries, obstacles, no spray zones and your targeted application zones, in this case the blackberry shrubs, you can actually create a prescription map out of it. That's how it looks like. You have a prescription grid you can configure. You can also adjust it to the main flight path of the spray drone. You still have full control and can manually override it. And the good thing is with TopXGun drones, they support also variable weight prescriptions. So you can not only apply one weight, you can apply multiple weights. And that makes it a very tactical tool actually, because the drone can do targeted patch spraying in this case. We also show you already how much liquid you need for the application. Obviously you can do like a liquid application, but you can also do like applications in kilogram, and the software supports both, and you will get a nice overview how much you need. Then you can just write it out through the export menu, operations, and you select TopXGun. And as this would be a variable weight mission, you select TopXGun variable weight mission, and you get the file that the remote control of the TopXGun can just ingest, and you can start spraying. And actually, that's how easy it is. Everybody can, I think, learn it in half a day to do this.
Thanks, Julius, of the introduction of how you generate the prescription file with the PIX4Dfields. Okay, and also he demonstrated how you can adjust everything based on the images captured. So that's why we use this kind of magic tool to generate this kind of file to identify these obstacles automatically. So you don't need to identify them one by one. Once you get the file generated by the PIX4Dfields, you can use a USB driver or maybe some other tools to insert into our remote controller. So this remote controller is our new version and compatible with our new model, A80. So you can see that when you insert the USB disk, it will show an icon here in the left bottom. When you tap it, it will give you some hints that you can choose every file format you want. So first of all, we need to insert the boundary file, which means the shape file. So I will choose this one, click on it, confirm. Okay, so it will load the boundary file, and then again we will load the prescription file. So you can choose like the prescription map, and it will switch to this file. And when you click on it, it will load automatically. Which kind of unit you want? Okay, so it's based on which country are you in, which area are you in. So generally we use the standard unit, so the hectare. Confirm. We just tap begin. Switch to our map is already inserted and imported. So we click on it and tap on X icon, and it will show you the detailed information of this landscape. Okay, and then we choose it. Everything is already defined, so we can just directly tap use. Every information related to the drones, to the flight, and also to the spray applications is shown here in this list. If you don't want to adjust it by yourself, you can just use the default settings. Everything is safe and precise because it's based on our experience. And if you don't want or you don't like it, you can adjust it by yourself. You can insert any value as you wish. For example, you can add it or you decrease it. Okay. After everything is done, you just click start. Ready to go. If you will go outside, we can just use them directly, and it's very smooth and very easy to go.